November 2018. Imagine for a moment the quiet hum that usually fills the corridors of JAXA, Japan's National Space Agency. This is a place where minds are set on the stars, where engineers and scientists are pushing the boundaries of human endeavor, dreaming of missions to the moon and beyond. But on this particular day, that hum was abruptly replaced by the urgent, unignorable sounds of a raid. Not a security drill, but a full-fledged investigation descending upon an institution synonymous with precision and national pride. The news hit with the force of a meteor. Japanese officials were storming JAXA, not for a technical glitch or a mission failure, but over a political scandal. It was a jarring contradiction, the lofty aspirations of space exploration suddenly entangled with the very earthly transgression of bribery. At the heart of this unfolding drama was Kazuaki Kawabata, a name that would soon become synonymous with this particular lapse in integrity. He was a politician on loan to JAXA, a position that placed him in a unique intersection of power and influence within the agency. The accusations against Kawabata were stark. He had been arrested for bribery. It was a charge that would later lead to a conviction and a sentence, casting a long shadow over his career and the agency he was meant to serve. The story, as it gradually unraveled, painted a picture of a subtle yet persistent campaign of influence orchestrated by an executive named Koji Taniguchi. Taniguchi, it turned out, understood the power of a well-prepared meal and a thoughtfully poured drink. Over a period that saw Kawabata serving at JAXA, Taniguchi meticulously cultivated a relationship, not through direct cash payments or overt promises, but through the more insidious art of hospitality. He wined and dined the politician on numerous occasions, each meal a quiet investment, each drink a reinforcement of their burgeoning connection. We're not talking about a quick lunch here and there. This was a sustained effort, totaling an astonishing 1.4 million Japanese yen, which is roughly equivalent to $13,000 US dollars, all spent on food and beverages. Think about that for a moment. $13,000 spent purely on the art of persuasion through gourmet meals and fine spirits. It speaks to a certain kind of calculated charm, a slow, steady building of obligation and unspoken reciprocity. Each lavish dinner, each private gathering, chipped away at the professional boundaries that should have been maintained. It was a classic exchange where generosity transformed into expectation, and gratitude slowly morphed into a quiet understanding of favors owed. In return for Taniguchi's lavish hospitality, Kawabata began to quietly wield his influence, using his position within JAXA to assist the executive in various ways. One particular instance highlighted the very specific nature of these favors, and it involved one of JAXA's most esteemed figures, astronaut Satoshi Furukawa. Astronauts are, in many ways, national heroes, symbols of ambition and scientific achievement. Their time is incredibly valuable, their appearances carefully managed. Yet, Kawabata, at Taniguchi's behest, used his leverage to convince astronaut Furukawa to take part in an event at Tokyo Medical University. It might seem like a small thing on the surface, an astronaut attending an event. But it's the manner in which it was arranged, the implicit understanding that this favor was part of a quid pro quo for the sustained wining and dining, that makes it so troubling. It underscores how easily even the most respected institutions and individuals can be drawn into a web of subtle compromise, where the lines between professional courtesy and personal obligation blur. When the scandal finally broke, the details were laid bare for all to see. The raids, the arrest, the subsequent charges, and then the judgment. Kazuaki Kawabata was found guilty of accepting bribes. He received a 3-year sentence, which was suspended. A suspended sentence means he would not immediately go to prison, provided he adheres to certain conditions and does not commit further offenses during that period. It's a legal outcome that still carries the weight of conviction, a public acknowledgement of his deceit, but also offers a chance at rehabilitation outside of incarceration. This incident serves as a poignant reminder that even organizations reaching for the stars are not immune to very human failings. The quiet seduction of influence, the gradual erosion of ethical boundaries through seemingly innocuous gestures can ultimately undermine public trust and the integrity of an entire institution. For JAXA, an agency that inspires awe and pride, this scandal was a painful stumble, a moment of introspection regarding the importance of transparency and unwavering ethical conduct. It forces us to consider the subtle ways in which power can be misused, and how the most valuable assets, like an astronaut's time and reputation, can be casually traded for the temporary pleasure of fine dining. It's a story not just about crime and punishment, but about the delicate balance of trust in public service and the constant vigilance required to maintain it. What are your thoughts on how such subtle forms of bribery can infiltrate even the most prestigious organizations? Do you believe the consequences were adequate, or do you think the system needs to be more robust? Please share your reflections in the comments below. And if you found this story thought-provoking, consider subscribing or following for more deep dives into the narratives that shape our world. Thank you for listening.